'Twas the month before Christmas, and all through the store each department was dripping with Yuletide decor. The muzak was blaring, an out-of-tune carol, and fake snow was falling on ladies' apparel. I'd flown many miles from the North Pole this day to check on reports which had caused me dismay. I'd come to this store for but one special reason, to see for myself what went on at this season. I hid in a corner, and in a short while I saw the store president march down an aisle. He shouted an order to
turn the store tree on,
and also the Noel in blinding pink neon. Up high, grandly hanging from twin golden supports, 400 pink angels flew over men's shorts, and towering over the rear mezzanine, a 90-foot day-glow nativity scene. The clock on the wall said 2 minutes to 9. The floor walkers proudly all stood in a line. I watched while the president smelled their carnations, then called out his final command.
Man your stations.
When out on the street there arose such a roar, it rang to the rafters and boomed through the floor. It sounded exactly like street repair drilling, or maybe another big mafia killing. I looked to the doors, and there banging the glass was a clamoring, shrieking, hysterical mass, and I felt in the tone of each scream and each curse that the spirit of Christmas had changed for the worse. The clock had struck 9, and the door opened wide, and that great human avalanche thundered inside. More fearsome than Sherman attacking Atlanta came parents and kiddies with just one goal: Santa! In front stormed the mothers, all brandishing handbags as deadly and heavy as 20-pound sandbags. With gusto they swung them, the better to smash ears of innocent floorwalkers, buyers, and cashiers. Straight up to the 5th floor the mob penetrated, and soon reached the room where the store Santa waited. I followed them closely, the better to see this bearded impostor who dared to play me. He stood 6'5" and weighed all of 130. He lost half his teeth, and his costume was dirty. His beard dangled down like a wad of cheap cotton. His breath needed scope, and his ho-ho was rotten. Egged on by their parents, the kids had one aim: to get to this man who was using my name. They mobbed him and mauled him, the better to plead for the presents they sought in their hour of greed. The president watched with a gleam in his eye as he thought of the toys that the parents would buy. Of all Christmas come-ons, this crowd would attest that a visit to Santa was clearly the best. It was all too much for my soul to condone, and I let out a most unprofessional moan. The crowd turned around, and I'll say for their sake that they knew in an instant that I wasn't a fake. I've had it, I told them, with fast buck promoting, with gimmicks and come-ons and businessmen gloating. This garish display of commercialized greed, so very un-Christmas, it makes my heart bleed. With that I departed, and shouting a farewell, went barreling up an emergency stairwell. On reaching the roof, to my sleigh I went forth, where my reindeer were waiting to take me back north. The crowd swarmed behind me to beg me to stay. Before they could speak, I was off in my sleigh. But I turned to exclaim as I flew from the mob, "Happy Christmas to all! I'm resigning my job."